There you go, guys. A bit more of a progress update. I'm just running over this door and having a quick look. I sprayed a bit of wax and grease remover on there, and I'm just giving it a general look over with that new tip I learnt. And to me, it actually looks. I haven't done bugger all to this door. I just put a little bit of filler in that back edge where it was a bit low in spots. But generally, it actually looks pretty good. I think the worst of these, it's not real bad. It's just got a very slight wave and a couple wee spots. Like it's not it's not real noticeable, if you suppose, if you know what I mean. And I think the worst of whatever's in it, actually was pretty straight. I'm just trying to use that light reflection as a guide for especially ripples this way, and it looks pretty bloody straight to me. It's not real super perfect, if you know what I mean, but it's for me it's probably good enough. And I think it's a bit hard to see this way because I'm going to light that direction, but I'm just trying to see if I can get a better look at this back edge. But I think whatever's the worst of whatever's in there, I think a few coats of high build and a block back in this door would be pretty good, especially on the outside of it. I haven't gone around and done any little bits of tidy up on the inside, with spot welds and bits and pieces, which I would like to do. But I think I need to get a frame made up with a couple of foam pads on it, like a two-legged, with the bar that comes up over and back down, like a double one of those, with some nice bits of foam or something on it, to sit these panels on upside down. So like the tables are really no good to sit them up the other way because you end up with pressure spots just from the hard. So I don't really want to do that, and I don't want to end up when I'm working on it and trying to rub it back and whatever. If it's moving around on there, it's going to get scratched, like it's going to get scratches in the primer, which is, you definitely don't want that. So I think I'll get my brother, because he's an engineer and he's in that field all the time. He's got easy access to a lot of material, so I think I'll have a yarn to him and get him to make me up a couple out of some reasonable sort of furniture tubing or something a little bit heavier than that, and make me up something, and I'll get some water pipe lagging or whatever one they call it, with that rubber, with that sort of it's pretty low density sort of foam. It's quite porous, but it'll be perfect for setting some panels on and doing the underside, get them tidied up. Last night I actually primed up the bonnet, the two back doors, and the passenger's front door, and I finally got. I actually meant to take a video of it. I media blasted this. I went to the one of the local water parts stores, and they have buckets of media, grit. I just got some cheap garnet. It was all I really needed. I just wanted to give it a good clean back, because this had a plastic coating over it originally, and I was just going to sand it back and paint it, but I didn't realise it was a plastic coating. And so when I actually started sanding it back, it just peeled away. Once I sort of broke through because I thought, I'll just sand it back through to the steel, and just use whatever I thought it was just a paint, but it was actually like a plastic dip sort of coating they must have done back in the 60s. So once I broke through that, it all just peeled off. But there was pieces where it had actually adhered quite well, like in some of these, in some of these bits. So it was a real pain to get off. So I ended up media blasting it just to get the surface really good and nice and clean to get a good bite with the primer. Because I actually want to go through and smooth it out a bit better, because there's a few few little dents and bits and pieces in it, and I want to paint it body colour as well. And I think I've changed my mind on my body colour. I was going to go with a colour called Chlorophyll, which is a factory Holden HSV colour. HSV is like all the performance vehicles of the Holden range, and about 2013 I think it was. I don't know whether they used it in different years as well, but one of their top of the line HSVs had like a colour called Chlorophyll, and it was sort of like a bluey, sort of tealy blue, sort of a well, I'm trying to think what the other colour, what the green is. Oh, it's sort of a tealy blue green, and it flip flops between two. It's got about 3 pearls in it, and it's quite a nice colour. But been watching, as I said, one of the last videos that I've been looking at getting another spray gun, and been watching this guy's channel, and does a lot of reviews on different spray guns and a lot of painting techniques. Like, he's a professional painter, you know, does a lot of crash repair, and you know, he does quite a few classic cars, and you know, and he's doing repaints on, you know, I had one there where he did some repainted some panels on a Lambo, and you know, all sorts of stuff like that. So he's obviously a bloody good painter. You know, like, as he said, he's not the best painter in the world, but he's a bloody good painter. You know, there's always somebody better than you somewhere. You know, but yeah, he's got real good tips. You know, that's where I picked up this Prepsol tip, and I actually need to rub that off before it dries on there and leaves a film. But I'll just pause this and rub this off so it doesn't leave a film in here, and I'll get back to you in a second. Right, I've rubbed that back. What was I saying? Yeah, he's got a lot of good tips, you know, and that's where I found that one. Bits and pieces, but he was painting another Holden. He's actually painted 2 of them this colour, or resprayed bits and pieces, you know, where it just obviously been chipped or accident damage or something like that. But he repainted the side and the front of this SS Commodore, which is still a V8 one, but it's not it's the top of the line of the, well, not quite the top of the line, but almost the top of the line of just the standard range of Commodores. But it was this, what do they call it? Poison Ivy green, and so that's real nice, eh? But anyway, so these other panels I've sprayed and I've put around in here out of the road in the meantime and cover them up to keep the bird shit and everything off them. So I'll let them cure up in here for a couple or 3 weeks. There's a few pinholes and a couple of them where the primer's going to shrink back in, but I'll just, once I give them a rub back, I'll put a bit of spot putty in, and they shouldn't be far away. So they're all in here. There's 3 doors in the bonnet. But anyway, so I'm going to do a bit more filling, and I might start rubbing back these back guards and boot lid in between filler drying, and I'll get a bit more done in around this engine bay, and just finish off these last little bits on these guards and do a bit more on the door jambs, and the car won't be far away. So that basically, the door's ready to prime. I probably should have primed it last night, but I just wanted to have a better look at it, and I didn't really have anywhere to sit it to prime it because the door hinges are missing. So when I do some more priming, I'll get that one done. So we'll get back into it, and we'll talk to you later.